It is the curtain call to your action-packed weekend as we give you the final doubleheader for this weekend of the Women's Volleyball Tournament of Season 74 of the UAAP live from the arena in San Juan on Studio 23. In our first game today, the Tigresses of University of Santo Tomas looking for their first two-game winning streak here after finishing as first runner-up last season against the listless and winless Lady Maroons of the University of the Philippines, while in our second game today, the ever more popular Lady Eagles of Ateneo de Manila University taking on the Lady Bulldogs of a national university. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to us on Studio 23. This is made possible by ABS-CBN Sports. I'm Eric Depan with the Dr. Ian Laurel.
Thank you, Eric, and good afternoon to all of you volleyball fans watching us today. And you're right, Eric, itong UST at NU, really an exciting matchup because we know that UST, after losing their first two games, it has never happened to them. So sabi nila, nakausap ko sila kanina, they want to end it at that. They have accepted that they lost the opening two games, but they want to start winning from here on in. But for the side of UP, still searching for the very first win.
All right, let's take a look at the team standings. Makikita niyo po yung ina-explain ni Doc Ian.
Yan. De La Salle University still at the top of the pack, 4-0. Still a clean slate for them, followed by Adamson Ateneo, FEU, NU, and here we go. The University of Santo Tomas having 1 win and 2 losses. Of course, that win care of their victory against FEU, and of course the University of the Philippines still at 0-3. Naghahanap pa rin ang unang panalo dito sa season 74.
All right, let's take a look at the team at the bottom of the standings currently. It is the Lady Maroons of University of the Philippines. They came across FEU the last time around and still have come up short in a big way. Dahil na-sweep po sila dyan in 3 straight sets by the Lady Tamaraws.
That's right. This was again a victory for the Far Eastern University Lady Tams. Last December 3, it was a straight set victory. FEU scoring 25-17 in the first, 25-10 in the second, and 25-16 in the third set. Eh, makikita natin total output 75 for FEU and only 43 for UP. Makikita natin kung bakit with the stats that are gonna follow. But let's talk about UP for a bit. Remember, last season they split their matches against UST. So kung mayroon sinasabing matchup na kontrapelo, I would say UP could be that for UST. This is the reason why FEU dominated UP. Look at this, spiking. 44 for FEU and only 12 for UP. You're not going to win a game if you only attack 12 or you get 12 points from the attacks. 5 blocks again for FEU against only 2 for UP. 12 service aces for FEU and only 3 for UP. And kita mo yung output 75-43. I would say this was a relatively easy win for the FEU Lady Tamaraws. UP wasn't in their best form, obviously, in this match. 12
points off spikes para sa University of the Philippines, and that's a telling stat, ano?
Yeah.
And one of the main reasons why is because, you know, the usual suspects, Angeli Araneta scoring in low numbers right now, along with Pauline Henido and Lichelle Chu.
That's right. These 3 players that you mentioned, Eric, well, they are heavily relied upon to produce the points. And actually, they have performed below par so far for this season. And you mentioned Araneta, Henido, and Chu. They should be the attackers in the front line, but if you can get probably a double-digit performance from any one of them in a game, that's okay. But ideally, you should get the 3 of them scoring double figures. But in reality, what is happening? Look at this. Araneta only scoring 6 points per game. Henido only 5 and Q only 2. So none of them reaching that double-digit mark, and that is going to be a big loss for them if none of them go into that range of scoring. So mahihirapan talaga silang makapuntos at makaopensa and eventually win a game if they continue to perform this way.
Their skills are going to be put to the test again today as they look for options in offense. They've got a new system under new head coach Jarrod Hubalde. Let's see what they can come up with in this match against UST. But speaking of the Lady Maroons, let's find out their mindset coming into this game at 0-3 in the standings. As we had an interview earlier with Lichelle Chu and Steph C.
Going into your 4th game already, meron ba kayong adjustments na ginawa para mas gumanda yung offense niyo sa team?
Oo naman. First syempre, mas marami na kaming time ngayon, talagang nag-focus kami sa offensa namin. Tsaka syempre, depensa rin, mas mahalaga yun. And yun lang, laging sinasabi sa amin, first ball muna bago umatake.
At ngayon naman nakalaban nyo yung UST Tigresses. What can we expect from you in today's match?
Syempre, mas magiging focus ako sa loob ng court and gagawin ko lahat ng makakaya ko para, ayun nga, para sa team na manalo kami ngayon.
Thank you very much. And that was Lichelle Tew of the UP Lady Maroons. Eric and Ian?
Thank you, Steph. One of the things we picked up on is first ball muna bago umatake.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Of course, definitely, that's very basic for them. And, well, she got injured during the warm-up. Lichelle Tew having some ice put on her left ankle. We're gonna find out later what really happened. But back to your point, Eric, I'm sure UP really wants to get a win today. And sabi nga natin, we split their matches last year with UST. So probably they can rely on that. Probably they can, you know, get some thoughts or some experiences from that win over UST. Alam naman nila, kaya nila. So let's hope they do that today.
All right, let's go to the side of the Tigresses of University of Santo Tomas. They are starting from a point that they've never been so far in the past few years,
That's right.
Starting off at 0-2 before winning their first match of the season. And let's take a look at that last match where they finally got the first W and they're looking for their second one here. That was against one of their nemesis in the UAAP, FEU.
That's right, Eric. So far, UST has had a long volleyball tradition, a championship tradition in UAP. And this year, they are charting on uncharted waters because they have never started a season with 0-2 until this match with FEU that you mentioned, finally getting their first win for this season. And as I talked with them earlier, they said that they want to start from here. They want to forget those 2 losses and start winning again. Look at this match with FEU. This was an exciting one. A 5-setter against their longtime rivals in the UAP. Set 1, 25-19. They lost the second set 21-25, 22-25 in the third, and they finally close it out in the fifth, 15-13, just 2 points separating them in that crucial fifth set. Let's look at the stats. FEU taking charge of the spiking department, 59-50. We're even at 8 blocks apiece. Serves, 4 aces for USC, only 2 for FEU, but the opponent's error, terrible. 46 and 29 respectively. 108 for USC and only 98 for FEU. This was a really good match, and UST got away with that first win.
All right, and one of the main reasons why UST finally won their first match of the season is because of Micah Ortiz, who started off medyo slow in the first 2 matches of UST, but she came alive at the right time para sa Tigresses, coming up with a double versus the Lady Tamaraws.
That's right, and UST was actually behind in this one, 11-13, and suddenly it was Micah going to the front row. So that's the time that she really took charge of the match and scored those winning points for UST. Micah Ortiz scoring 12 points, 10 of them coming from attacks. And I mentioned as we started this season, Micah Ortiz really has to fill the gap that was left in scoring by Aiza Michael. So she's the most senior attacker in the squad. Kabisado naman siya ni Rhea de Maculangan, how she wants her sets given. So she really has to take charge and get the points on the board, even double digits as much as possible in every game.
All right, let's listen to this interview by Jazz Reyes with Mike Ortiz earlier.
So I'm here right now with UST Tigresses Micah Ortiz. So Micah, galing talaga ng performance natin from the previous game. What was your mindset coming into that game?
Sabi po ni Coach lagi sa amin, meron kaming 3 rules, focus, learn, and have fun. Lagi yun, sinasabi sa amin. Yun.
Considering na first win mo nga, your team's first win last game, what is the mindset now? Anything different ba ngayon?
Ayun pa rin po yung yung 3 basic rules namin. Yun po.
And that was Micah Ortiz of the UST Tigresses.
Thank you, Jazz Reyes. Same mentality pa rin para sa Tigresses of UST. Let's see if they get the same result that they won against the winless Lady Maroons of UP. We have the starting 6 coming up right after these.